Evening, everybody. Wilson here. Thank you for joining us. We've had an incredible time here in the garden route, and I just want to say a big thank you to Javi for making some time to spend some time with my team. And thank you for a couple of the new friends that I invited. Sean, thank you for making some time, for being here. And I'll just give over straight to Javi. Javi, over to you, my friend.
Well, Wilson, what we're doing here is pretty much a team launch. Okay, I'm excited to be working with this team and guiding this team where they want to go to, where they want to be, not only in their personal life, but in their business. Yeah. So we're going to just go through this quick presentation so people can see how we do it, and for the new people who are here. And then afterwards, we're going to do a quick training. Okay, we're going to do a quick training on the 4 levels of leadership that I have put together that people have been duplicating, because everything is leadership. Leadership is everything. And I said in our last call, your business will never outgrow your level of leadership. So why are we here today, folks? So you can see the vision of what we see of LifeWave. If you're new here today, you were invited today by the person who invited you because they saw something in you that is the missing piece of the puzzle that's needed to change the lives of people, to live a more meaningful life, not only in your life, but in your community. Okay. LifeWave has been going through South Africa, has been going through the UK and all the countries that we're participating in like crazy, folks. And I want you to have an open mind and an open heart to hear this message. The message is your mind is like a parachute. It's no good unless it's open, folks. Okay. You're going to see why I'm here today. I'm going to tell you my quick story, and we're going to do this 8-hour presentation. And after this 8-hour presentation, I'm only joking, guys. I want to make sure everybody's on their game, okay? So it's going to be 30, 35 minutes, okay? But you know what? When there's value, people will stay on the Zoom, but I only want to make sure everybody is on the game, so everybody's awake. All right, so my name is Javi Solis. I'm a Senior Presidential Director on LifeWave. I've been in the profession for 17 years, but I took a break. I took a break for a couple of years because I kind of was mentored by John Maxwell, because I'm very big in leadership, and then I got into public speaking. High schools hire me around the United States to teach their kids how to become leaders. Those are our future leaders. So I teach leadership and I public speak in schools, and I was doing great doing that. However, I got in LifeWave, but I don't believe in coincidences, folks. I believe there's a divine appointment. So if you're here today and LifeWave is on your lap, it's because it's a divine appointment. And now, why do I say this? Years ago, whether it's a month ago, 2 months ago, a year ago, there's something that happened in your life, a problem that you couldn't resolve because you didn't have the resources, you didn't have the time, and you didn't have the people to help you do it, to resolve that problem. So you threw it out there, you threw it out to the universe, you threw it out to God, whatever you believe in, and it came in full circle, and LifeWave ended up on your lap today because that's the solution to your problem, whether it's in a physical, emotional, spiritual, and a financial way. Okay. And why am I here today? I'm here today because I have a son who has autism. Autism is inflammation in the brain. It's a brain-body disconnect. It's called apraxia. And we took our son overseas, not once, but twice, to get stem cell injections, because we hopped on that stem cell bandwagon that it'll help our child live that more meaningful life. Now, our expectations were not met, especially with the money that we spent to do that. And as a parent, and I know there's a bunch of parents here, you do whatever it takes for your child. And all we wanted was Alex to have a more meaningful life. Now, you're talking about a child for years, a good 5-year run. He was having multiple meltdowns. He had anxiety, lack of sleep. He couldn't even go on a school bus because how anxiety and the meltdowns that he had. So, you know, talk about not only frustrating for him because he couldn't speak because he's nonverbal, but us as a parent. And, you know, we felt bad. And that's why we hopped on the stem cell bandwagon for him to get that more meaningful life so we could see some type of change. And when we came back from Mexico, we got the call the same way everybody here got that phone call. Hey, I got something that can help you and to help the people that you love. But Mike knew that I had a child who had autism. He goes, I want to know what this does to your kid. And I said, what will that patch do for Alex? It rejuvenates your stem cell. And I said, get out of here, bro. We just came back from Mexico for getting Alex injected with stem cell. He goes, I just want you to know, I just want to know what will it do for him. He sent me those patches overnight. It was on my doorstep. And we took it. My wife went on the website, and you know, the worst thing we can do is nothing. Folks, we were desperate. We put the patch on Alex. Guys, within a week and a half, we see Alex in the backyard. This was a year and a half ago. We see Alex in the backyard swinging on the swing. Now, there's two things my son wanted to do in his life that he couldn't ever do because of the apraxia, the brain-body disconnect. The brain says one thing, the body does another. He couldn't maneuver himself to have momentum on the swing. No, he was able to ride a bike. So I had to push him for hours. Imagine how I felt pushing him for hours, but it made him so happy I was willing to do that. So we put the patch on him. A week and a half, we're sitting having breakfast, my wife and I here in the breakfast nook, and we see him on the swing, swinging by himself. We thought that his brothers were pushing him, when his brothers were actually inside upstairs playing video games. So we ran outside and we see this 9-year-old boy at the time with a smile on his face, feeling so great that he actually accomplished something in his life. And I looked at my wife and I said, could it have been the patches? And we were like, who cares? Keep patching the boy. We had a glimpse of hope. And 3 weeks later, and like I told you, my son was nonverbal. He can't speak. So he takes my wife to our exercise room. We have an exercise room here. And there's a Peloton. The Peloton's an exercise bike. So he points at the Peloton. So we put him on the Peloton. We put her shoes in. We snap him in. And he's moving his legs by himself. Folks, we were like, wait a minute. We just came back from doing this for him overseas and it didn't work. And the simple patch gave our son a reboot, that he was able to do something that he was never able to do before. And at the end of this presentation, Wilson, remind me, I'm going to show you the videos of him doing it. We captured it on video. Folks, how do you think we felt as parents? How emotional we felt as parents, knowing that our son was able to do something that the stem cell injection never did. Okay, we knew that this is not going to heal his autism. All we wanted was Alex to have a better quality of life. Folks, and I'm going to show you this too. He finally went on a regular bike, his brother's bike with training wheels, and he was moving it by himself. He was able to go on a school bus this year, guys. So this intensity and this passion that you hear in my voice, I will not tune it down because it totally changed the trajectory of my boy's life. And a family also. It changed our life totally. So the reason why I said for every new person that's here, that's about to hear what we're going to talk about now, have an open mind and open heart, because this can change the trajectory of your life in a physical, emotional, spiritual, and a financial way. Okay? And we're going to share some testimonies here who people has been on the product as well, so you can hear what it has done for them. Okay? So with that being said, I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to do this. Now, Wilson, if you can just tell me if you see this so we can rock and roll. You see it? Great. All right. So have you been patched? So you're probably already patched. You're about to be patched, or your patches are on your way to your house. So this is the man who is responsible of this amazing momentum that's happening around the world. David Smith, I don't understand how he thinks. He creates things naturally through light. And what he has done in 10 years in the making in this patch has been gone from great to phenomenal. He's the CEO and inventor of X39. We have now over 180 patents. He's a scientist and the inventor. He specializes in age reversing. Now, in 2008, David focused his attention on stem cell research. Recent patent took 10 years in the making, $4.5 million to bring to market. This man is the most humblest man I've ever met in my whole 17 years experience in network marketing. Okay. So humble, he's always in the lab. All he wants to do is improve humanity, bro. That's all he wants to do. Now, this is the patent that belongs to us. Now, look how powerful this patent is, guys. Embodiments as a result of elevating copper peptides, including activation of stem cells, improvements in energy elevation, and antioxidants. That's powerful, guys. That patent belongs to us, which means what we have on this patch can never be duplicated. So why X39 stem cell patch, guys? Fewer stem cells you have, the faster you age and the slower you heal. Now, I didn't know when I first got into LifeWave, I was 51. I had no idea why my body felt so horrible when I came out of the gym. My recovery time was slow. okay? And if I had a common cold, my recovery time prolonged, because at the age of 30, guys, half your stem cells start to become dormant, okay? And by the time you're 60, you have no stem cell activity, which means when I got into life wave at 51, I may have had 4 stem cells left. One saying bye-bye to the other 2 hanging on for dear life, okay? So now I understood why my body felt so horrible. So think about it, guys. Have you gone to the gym? Have you gotten a common cold and your recovery process prolonged? It's because our stem cells have been dormant. And what do stem cells do? It attacks inflammation. And we have a bunch of those soldiers in our body. It attacks inflammation. So people who suffer from some with the last of the word called itis, okay, that's an inflammatory problem. Okay, so our stem cells attacks inflammation, which is cool. Hundreds of millions of people are experiencing these types of symptoms of aging, guys. Okay, hundreds and millions of people. So how does the X39 work? It's a proprietary form of phototherapy. Patented nanocrystals, okay, nanocrystals that are in here reflects through light, non-transdermal, no drugs, chemicals, or stimulants, and is non-invasive. So the light that reflects through here activates our own stem cells, reactivates it through our copper peptides. Now, how cool is that? So what are the benefits of X39? Now, when I saw this, I was like, I have that issue, I have that issue, I have that issue, I have that issue. So increase in strength, reduce in inflammation, increase in stamina, energy and vitality, mental clarity, reduce muscle skeleton condition, improvements of sleep, improvements in skin appearance. Folks, there's at least one thing here that you're having issues with. And guess what? Your body's going to get a reboot with this patch. Okay, so you can have improvements, so you can have that better quality of life. So this is huge here, guys. This is a topography map of a 77-year-old woman. This is the top of her brain. Okay, now session 1, no X39. The red is the inflammation in the brain. She has lack of brain coherence. 3 weeks later of using the X39, there's no more inflammation. Look where the blue parts are, okay? There's improvement in her brain coherence. And session 3, 6 weeks on the X39, look at that complete turnaround. Better brain coherence. Guys, this is changing the life and the course of people, okay? The simple patch that your body is getting a reboot that is actually healing itself, which our bodies are created to do, heal itself. So what are the long-term effects? The first few days of putting this patch on, 4,000 of your own actual genes are going to start resetting. Within 6 weeks, your brain becomes balanced. Within 3 months, your collagen is increased. And within 6 months, your heart reverses in age. So as David Schmidt says, we're not in anti-aging. We're actually in age reversing. I have never met anyone in my life that said they want to look old for the rest of their life. Ever. And if they do, we have a patch for that, okay? So they can come into their senses. People are actually age reversing. I have another, actually, brand partner in South Africa. They actually, hey, did you get a facelift? Because your face looks so younger. And every time she says that story, I just die laughing. And she never had a facelift. It's called X39, okay? So here, how do you wear the patch? So the clinical studies that will put below the belly button or behind the neck. Now you wear the patch for 12 hours on and 12 hours off to repair and rejuvenate. Then throw the patches out and you repeat that the next day. Okay, you could wear more than one patch at one time. We did that with our son. And drink plenty of water because your body's going to start to detox. So the old you is turning into the new you. So they want you to drink lots of water to avoid fatigue. Okay, and maybe 1 or 2 out of 10 people, they may get fatigued because they're not resting or rejuvenating because they're not drinking a lot of water. All right. So the X39 is so sophisticated, guys, yet it's simple to explain. The stories are life changing. Okay. On this group, the 333 group, we hear testimonies every single day what is happening to people, from improving in neuropathy, vitiligo, anxiety, PTSD. Guys, my son, and we're just going around the world with this, one person at a time, one patch at a time. And it's just mind-boggling what the thing is doing. So I'm just going to ask, out of the 30 people who are here, if somebody can raise their hand and share their testimony on what this patch has done for them since they've been on this product. Can anybody volunteer? Wilson, go ahead, my bro. And then Quentin, you're next. Hold on, where's Wilson? I gotta unmute him. Where are you, Wilson? Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Beautiful. So I'm super healthy, nothing wrong with me. I started patching a couple people and I started seeing what it did to my own mom and some of my close friends. And I started patching. It's been 6 months. Any person that knows me, I mean, guys, look at my face. It's not a single wrinkle on my face. My black rings under my eyes are disappearing. The gray in my beard's going. All this hair here, it's new. I've been bald since the 90s and it's busy growing. And my mental clarity has gone through the roof. My productivity has gone through the roof. I'm sleeping better. And when I'm resting, I'm actually resting properly. And then when I wake up with a bang. And that's just a couple of things it's done for me. I'm now going to start gymming. I can't wait for the recovery time because I've woken up a lot of stem cells in the last 6 months. And it's been life-changing just for me. And I'm healthy. And I want to stay that way. I see Ingy and Quentin's also raise their hands. Ingy's got a powerful testimony. I'd love it to share it.
Okay, Quentin, thank you so much, Wilson. Thanks you so much for that story. Quentin, you're next.
Thank you, Javi. I appreciate the chance to talk. My experience is I came into this business right after Wilson, and I signed up with the silver package. So I got 2 sleeves. I started wearing the one myself, but I gave the other sleeve to my 84-year-old grandmother. Now, at that stage, she was having some serious heart issues, and the doctors were trying to put a stent in. She had 2 failed operations to put a stent in. And along with some chelation therapy, I started patching. She started getting chelation therapy, and I started patching her. About a week after the patches, she had a successful operation. They could put a stent in, and then shortly after her operation, her blood pressure was very up and very down. Needless to say, she wore the patches for a month. And I kept telling her, Granny, please, every day, take your blood pressure. I gave her the blood pressure machine with the batteries. And I just saw over that month while she was wearing them, her blood pressure just stabilized. At the same time, I was also suffering from very high blood pressure. I've been to 2 doctors, including a specialist. This was only picked up when I went for a life insurance policy. And the life insurance policy sent a second and a third doctor to come and take my blood pressure because my blood pressure was just through the roof. I was in a very high zone. As a matter of fact, the last doctor I saw said to me, Quentin, you need to change your lifestyle or else you can, at the age of 38, you can have a stroke. You are in a danger of having a stroke. And this is just about the time Wilson started telling me to put these patches on. So I started wearing the patches. After 6 weeks on the patches, my blood pressure was absolutely in the normal zone. And even though I haven't worn them for a long time, or there was a time that I didn't wear them, the blood pressure stayed absolutely within the normal range. So my testimony is mine and my granny's, and I can say, I was 38, she's 82, and it's been life changing, absolutely.
My bad. I'll start over. This is when he was on the Peloton the first time he took my wife on the Peloton, and he just amazing, just amazing. I'll go back since I was muted. I'm sorry, guys. This is the first exposure of him on the swing. The first exposure. We almost fell on my face. Now, what are we doing, folks? This simple patch just gave my son a reboot. I was hoping this didn't work. I didn't want to do this again. I didn't want to do it. But since I was blessed, okay, I had to become a blessing and bless people around the world, because if I kept this to myself, then it would have been selfish of me to keep this. And that's why you're here, because you can be the answer to somebody's problem. So in LifeWave, our job is to resolve people's problem. And my problem was resolved. I never have to go internationally to spend over $9,000 to get my son's stem cell injections. His own stem cell are getting rebooted, folks. His own stem cell. How amazing is that? How amazing is that? And that's what we're doing here. And that's why these testimonies that we're getting is because our bodies are healing itself. That is amazing, guys. That is amazing. So I'm going to share my screen again. If someone, here we go. All right, you can see this. Okay, perfect. So this is it, info.com is the website that our upline, Steve and Gina, put a lot of time and effort into this. You're talking about knowing everything about this product is on this website right here. This is it, info.com. And it's also in every language in every country that we participate in. Okay, this website is top notch. It'll tell you everything you need to know about the X39. What impressed me the most about coming into this company was it was already a 19-year-old company when I got in. We're going to hit 20 years in October, which meant to me there's stability here. The foundation's already in the ground. And on top of that, this company went from a $20 million company in 2021 to a $320 million company in 2022. And now well over a $430 million company in 2023. Out of these 3 years, the first 2 years was during the pandemic. People were caring more about their health. Okay, they were scared. They wanted the natural healing. So X39 took off. Okay, the last year and a half when the This Is It team, because this team is called the This Is It team, we took off with it because we're such a purpose-driven team. Okay, we're not an ego-driven team. We went over well over $430 million. Okay, we are in over 75 countries now, and we're not a Me Too product. Now, what do I mean by a Me Too product? Have my hands been on different products since I've been in this profession? Yes. Okay, collagen, CBD, weight loss, energy. But what do these companies do to each other? I have that product too. My product is better than yours. I call those Me Too products. But the X39, since we have those patents, we cannot be duplicated, folks. We are in competition with nobody. Okay, we are in competition with no one. So businessfromhome.org announced us as the #1 momentum company worldwide. That is a huge accomplishment. Worldwide, LifeWave has been announced in the #1 most momentum ranked company. On top of that, in our virtual conference about over a month and a half ago, corporate came to our virtual conference and they said that the This Is It team, which is the blue line, and LifeWave, which is the green line, us as a team, we outgrew LifeWave. How cool is that? The This Is It team actually outgrew the company itself in terms of building momentum, in terms of building the how big our team gets. Why? We are a purpose-driven team, and we know what we're doing to help people win in a physical, emotional, spiritual, and in a financial healthy way. Okay, that's why we're growing to where we're growing, because of what we stand for and what our mission statement is. So which means you're all in a position to win, and you're all exactly where you're supposed to be. So what can this mean to you? Guys, we just went over the physical, spiritual, and emotional part of this presentation. Okay, physical, X39. Okay, spiritually, emotional, what we teach you to grow you as a leader, to help you from the inside out. You can't give something that you don't have. Okay, so there's a process that we go through here in building this business as becoming a leader. And we're going to talk about that after the presentation, because everything starts with leadership. But what can this mean to you? what is the most thing important in your life? When I got involved in this profession 16 years ago, it was a very inconvenient time for me. And good things come into people's lives when it's inconvenient, because we're so used to the rat race. We're so used to living in the negative. We don't think that there's any solutions to our problem. Okay, so what's more important to you, folks? Family, time, freedom, security, travel, better health, or less debt? Hey, I needed all of this times 10. But the one thing that we don't get people back is time. We battle time every single day. We don't know how many more minutes we have. We don't know how many more times we have. So why live in the negative when people, when they live in memory and history, they think that success is so further along when it's really right in front of them. If they get back into the creative stage, how do we help people with their financial health? How do we get compensated? By sharing this patch. All I do is share it with people. When I got in, they used to call us the patch family. We shared it with everybody. Okay, we patched everybody. You came to our house, you're getting patched. You speak to us, you're getting patched. If you look at us, guess what? You're getting patched, because we know the power behind this patch. And people call us within 24, 48, 72 hours, and they say, hey, how can I get more of this? It has helped me get up from the bed. It has given me more energy. It's helped my husband with his arthritis. It relieved his pain. And we just simply told him, you want a wholesale, retail, or you want it for free? And they're gonna say, well, we want it for free, of course. Great, let me show you how to get it for free and earn an income on the side while you're doing it. And this is how we do it here, folks. We get compensated by this compensation plan, which is the most lucrative way of making money in this network marketing, by the binary. By following this model called manager. And what is a manager? Okay, a manager is, what you do is you're building a team of people who want more in life and want to do something about it. I love building teams. So this is you, and you enroll 2 people on your left leg and 2 people on your right leg. And you repeat that, and you help them become a manager, 2 left and 2 right. By repeating this process, you can earn up to $25,000 a month, a week, a year, whatever floats your boat. I can show you exactly how to do that. And we're showing many people how to do that. And this team is on the right road on doing that themselves. Okay. Now, if that's not enough, we have another bonus called matching bonus, which is my favorite part of this compensation plan. And it's very aggressive, and it's unlimited. If I were to sponsor Wilson today and I help him go manager, okay, he gets 2 on his left leg, 2 on his right leg, and Wilson earned $1,000 this week. He is my first level in generation. So the company is going to reward me from helping him go manager and give me 25% of his $1,000, not of his money. The company matches it. But when we help his people go manager, and his second level and third level go manager, if they make $1,000, I make 20% of that. Not of their money, the company matches that. And that's unlimited, folks. That is unlimited. It's my favorite part of this compensation plan, because it's infinity. It's infinity. And the more managers you make, the deeper the roots you get, and the more of this bonus that you get. So how do you get in? Get in when you fit in, guys. So normally, if people want to get in, they want to follow the 90-day protocol, they get it on the silver kit. Invest in your health. Help your body reboot. Help your body heal itself. You get 3 months worth of product. You want to get your story. That's fine, no problem. But if you want to come out the gates running and you want to build the business, the first business builder kit is the gold kit. You get 5 sleeves, 1 for you, 1 for your spouse, and 3 to share. But we knew what this patch did to our boy. We got on the diamond kit because we knew the most patches on the street wins. So we patched everybody. We mailed patches to people. We dropped patches off to people because I knew what I had in my hands. Because I asked for this problem to be resolved. And guess what? Mike Hernandez resolved my problem. I never have to go back internationally to get stem cell injections again. But look how good this company is. If you get in the silver kit, you can always upgrade to the gold by paying the difference. You don't have to pay the kit outright. And the same thing to diamond. That's why you get in where you fit in, folks. And we'll help you upgrade by building your business if that's what it takes. So this is team.com is another website. This is the team website. Here they show you everything that you need to know to put you in a position to win. There's videos, how-to videos to help you build your business and help you, get people to get their eyes on what you're doing right now. I love this website. I look at it every day. I get at least a half an hour because you know something? I learn something different every day because I want to be better than yesterday. I want to be a better leader than yesterday. So I listen to other people speak And whatever I learn, I incorporate it in my business. And that's what this website is actually for. So what can this mean to you? Guys, we just went over the last 30 minutes talking about the possibilities in your life, okay, that how this can change your life in the physical, emotional, spiritual, and financial way. I'm no different than anybody here. I just have a big ambition level. And you want to know something? My job and Wilson's job is to show you or may help you recognize or self-evaluate your ambition level and how this can help you in a financial way, especially in a physical way. Guys, South Africa, and wherever you guys are from, it's growing, and it's growing fast because of the mission that they have. I remember working with this team. They started with 3. They're in the thousands right now. Why? Because people are just deciding and they're saying, you know what? I don't want to live in the 5% in memory and history. I want to live in the 5% in the creative stage, in the imaginatory stage. And you know what? And moving forward and doing better for my life. Okay? Now, this is a process, folks, but we do this collectively as a team. You'll be in business for yourself, but not by yourself. But here's the thing. Here's the most important thing. You cannot do this business with just anybody. You can't. People do business with people who they know, like, and trust. Well, guess what? If you know, like, and trust Wilson, you can know, like, and trust me. Okay? I'm on the other side of the world here doing this presentation for you because I want you to win. I utterly want you to win. We just broke a presidential director out there in South Africa. It took her 4 months to do it because she duplicated what we're showing. And her financial anxieties has went from here to here. What can this mean to you? Say yes, tell the world, figure it out. I don't care how old you are. I don't care if you have hair, you have no hair. If you're blue, green, black, I don't care who you are. LifeWave is on your lap now at the appropriate time because this is when it was supposed to happen. And I'm here to tell you, I'm here to pull something out of you to say, you know what? If you can just change the way you think, if you could just change the way you think and say to yourself, you know what? Damn it, I am deserving to have success. I am deserving to live the life that I want to live. But the good thing is I'm not doing it by myself. I'm doing it with all these people who are in front of me right now. And all you have to do is say yes, tell the world, and figure it out. And this is a team launch. But here individually, people are doing their own launches. But here's a team launch because guess what? I took this team under my wing. Why? Because I want them to win. I want them to win. And I'm going to show you, and I'm giving you the recipe and the how-tos, and we already have the path here so you guys can walk that path to get to where you want to go. All you have to have is that desire, folks. But I can take you to a place where you don't desire to go to. You understand? I know a lot of people's ambition level here. And as I get to know more people here, I know what their ambition level because they said yes. And they're telling the world and they're figuring it out later. Because I said yes. My son can do things that he could never do before. Imagine if you take this patch and you give it to someone and someone calls you the next day and say, you just changed the trajectory of my family's life. Just imagine how good that will make you feel because you changed someone's life because of a simple patch. Guys, that is alone, that goes from great to phenomenal. Okay, so I'm going to ask this question for you and I'm going to end this right now. What was your favorite part of this presentation? What impacted you the most? Was it the patch? You want to try this patch to see what it does for you? Get back to the person who invited you and say, I want to see what this does for me. Follow the 90-day protocol. They're going to say, are you ready to get started? Well, you know what? I want to try this patch, but I also want to share with a couple of people in my community. You get back to the person who invited you and you say, you know what? Are you ready to get started? But wait a minute. If you want to come out the gates, you want to try this patch, you want to share with your around the community, but you want to help people live that more meaningful life because it starts with one. That person who invited you today is going to say, are you ready to get started? Okay, so say yes, tell the world, figure it out. Guys, this team is going places. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm excited where this team is going to look 3 to 6 months from now, how they're going to grow. How they're going to grow because the leaders here are fierce. They're hungry. Okay, they're hungry. But for them to satisfy that hunger, they have to make people thirsty enough to want to drink and want to drink and to keep looking to keep drinking. And that's what we're doing here. If I made you thirsty, say yes. Okay, because every day I'm thirsty. Every day I'm more and more thirsty because you know what? I love to see people smile. I love people to listen. I got a phone call today, a voice note today of a lady in Australia said, Javi, I have never in my right mind was able to get my rent paid on time until I got into LifeWave. That's why I do this business. Okay, I get a thing here of a man saying I was able to play with my children because my arthritis feels so much better. That's why I do this business. And that's why you should be doing this business. Because when you help people get what they want, folks, you will always get what you want. Okay, you will always get what you want. Say yes, tell the world, figure it out later. I'm passing the baton back to Wilson to close it out. I look forward to working with everybody here. So for those who want to stay, who are new, you're more welcome. And if not, you can get off the Zoom because we're going to do a leadership training here afterwards. And the more the merrier. So Wilson, I pass it back to you.
Yeah, all I can say is wow, your energy has just raised my whole frequency. I thought I could do a mean presentation, and then I looked at you and I was completely humbled. And guys, this is what we have here. We have something so special that we have to share it with people. Once you see what this can do for people, you cannot stop talking to people about it. And there's many of you on this call that is in a position where you can literally shift people's lives on every level, mentally, physically, and financially. Guys, in the last 8 weeks, my kid's future is secured. By the end of the year, I'm sorting out my kids' future. And it starts by just saying yes, sticking on this patch. There's many people on this call that's super busy. I get that. If you don't want to do the business immediately, it's fine. Just order some patches and wear it because it's going to make you better at what you do. You're going to sleep better. You're going to make better decisions. Your business will grow exponentially, whatever you're doing. And then once you see the results, just start sharing it with people. And that's all we're doing here. This patch, we don't sell it. We just stick it on people and they want it. It's completely different to anything I've done. Everything in this space is we need to sell it to people. We're not selling anything here. We're giving you better quality of life with a patch that you stick on. You don't have to do any lifestyle changes. You just literally need to drink some water and remember to stick it on. And that is why I'm so passionate about it. Javi, you completely hit it out the park. I told you earlier that I think I want to handle the presentation calls, and I have to tell you, we're going to have to rethink that because
And no way, shape, or form, and no way, shape, or form is Wilson, Quinton, Cheryl, David Hawes, Kristen, David, Belinda is convincing you to do anything. We're guiding you, right, Sammy? We're guiding you to want to have a more meaningful life. It's so much fun over here. Come here and meet my friends.
Yeah.
Okay? Come meet my friends. You have nothing to lose. You have everything to gain. Everything. Everything.
And person. Yeah. I want one person to share her story very quickly before we go into the teaching. This was the second person that I patched, and a very, very close friend of mine. Her name is Ingi. It was the biggest turnaround in somebody's health in my whole organization. So I just very quickly wanted to share a story. And then I'd like you to just hit us with the teaching because there's many of us taking this very seriously on the call.
Let me unmute her. Where is she?
There is she.
All right, there you go. Go ahead.
There you go. Hi, everybody. Hi, Javi. Hi, Wilson.
Hi, just for time constraints, see if you could put it for 1 minute, Ingi, so we can get
very quick. When I was 18 years old, I had a motor car accident, killed somebody in it, damaged my neck. 50 years later, I started getting ill, although I suffered with headaches, terrible neck pain, migraines for years and years. By the time I hit my 40s, it started getting worse. By the time I reached my 50s, even worse. Trigeminal neuralgia. They then diagnosed me. Very difficult to diagnose. But when they did, they said, very sorry, we can't help you. So that was the end of it for me. I used every single pain pill. I took 120 pain pills every month, plus 60 anti-inflammatories. Got into my 60s. Now, all of a sudden, I couldn't function, couldn't walk properly, couldn't work properly, had to wear a full-on neck brace. Wilson messaged me and he said, I've got something you've got to try. He came round to my house on a Monday night. I literally couldn't even take my neck brace off, and he said, take it off. I'm putting on a sticker. I said, I can't, Wilson. He said, do it. I did. He put the sticker on. I walked to the fridge, poured a glass of Coca-Cola for each of us, came back, and my pain was gone. At that stage, my pain on a 1 to 10 scale was about a 12, and I literally had been praying to die. And in fact, Belinda will even say she was worried about me at one stage. Long story short, I started using the patches. 7 months later, I woke up one morning and I was absolutely clear. Not one more pain. I haven't had another pain since then. I had one headache, and it was a stress headache because I had a tenant giving me grief. Stuck on the ice wave, 5 minutes, pain gone. So I'm back to a normal life. And at the age of 67, I feel like I'm 40 again, and I'm ready to rock and roll. That's
Yes,
my
man.
story.
And you're looking brilliant. Let me tell you, I saw you a year ago. What you look like now, you dropped 50 in your age. So you just keep.
That's her story, and she's sticking to it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Definitely. 100%. 100%.
Thank you for sharing that, Ingi. Thank you so much.
Thank you for that.
All right, guys. So if you're new here, you can stay or get back to the person who invited you and say, yes, I want to follow 90-day protocol. You know what? I want to make an extra $500 a month starting. Okay, $250 a month relieves the financial anxiety of a whole family. Look how small that is and minute that is. And that's what we're doing here. Okay, guys, let's change the way you think. When I found out that, you know, this is the ad, when I asked an executive director in this team, tell me what is the average salary that people get in South Africa. She sent me a chart. I almost threw up. I said, are you kidding me? I said, we're going to change everything here. The way people think, okay? The way people think they deserve stuff. And you know what, guys? We have people earning 90, 100 Rand a month extra on top of what they're doing. Open your minds of the possibilities, folks. Okay? Open your minds and the possibility, folks. And it's just talking about and helping people go manager. Okay? But that's another training. But to get to that, it's all about leadership. Now I'm going to ask you guys a question here. There's no right and wrong answer. Write in the chat, put numbers up. On a scale of 1 to 10, what level of leadership do you think you guys are right now? There's no right or wrong answer. If you're feeling you're a 2 or 3, it's okay. Okay, write it in the chat. Put the numbers up on the screen. A 1. Sammy's a 1. Okay. No, okay. Quentin a 7, a 4, 6.5. I'll take it. 7. Okay. Anyone else? Wilson a 7. Okay. Okay. Where is everything here? An 8. I'll give it another 10 seconds. All right. So if that's where you feel that you are, there's no right and wrong answer. When it comes to that, you have to start someplace. Okay, let me just get something here real quick. 1 second. Okay, here we are. There's no right and wrong answer when it comes to leadership. You have to start someplace. Okay, people think that you have to be great to start. You have to start to be great, because I was a level 1 leadership too. But if you're a level, we'll take someone who said they were a 4. If you're a level 4, that means that your business is at a level 3. And this is the cap. I call it the leadership lid. Okay, your business will never outgrow your level of leadership. You want your business to increase with your leadership. And when you're doing that, it means you're doing all 4 of the things that I'm going to teach right now. I'm teaching you step 1 on what I'm teaching every group that I take under my wing. And it all starts, and I all start with leadership. Okay, forget about manager now, because you will not create managers if you don't implement this. Now, level 1 level of leadership is either you're listening, you're taking notes, but Wilson is recording this. The level 1 level, the first level of leadership is these 4 things. You self-educate, number 1. Number 2, you follow the leader. Number 3, no one knows who you are. And number 4, now you're investing in yourself. I'm going to use Wilson for an example. I remember when he first started. Wilson was lost in the sauce, okay? And he knew why his leadership and his business was not increasing, because he was hitting that lid. He was hitting that lid. I know better. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Wilson, just come over here. It's so much fun. Just listen to here. He hit that wall. He wasn't ready. But when he was ready, I'm sorry, Wilson, you're the perfect example. And you know what? As the leader of this team, I believe leaders need to be vulnerable and transparent, because you become relatable to everybody. So he was a level 1 leader. He became the student. Okay? But then he decided to say, you know what? I am reinventing the wheel. Why am I going to fix something that's not broken? Okay? So he then became the level 2 leader. Now, what's a level 2 leader? I call it the action taker. The action taker is you practice, you practice, you practice. You practice, you practice, you practice. You plug in, you listen to other people talk. You implement things that you have learned. Okay? You start emulating the leader. You're not going to be the leader. You're Wilson, but he emulated. He took their work habits. He took their verbiage. Okay? With doing that, he got his own posture. Make people notice now who you are because of the change in your leadership. And you invest your time to get to that level 2 leader. So level 1, you're the student. Number 2, you're the action taker. Okay? After the action taker, the level 3 leader, you become the example. Okay? At the example, you have developed some skills to enhance your leadership lid. So you're going from a 3 to a 4, maybe even to a 5. So what happens? You became managers. You got people on your team. You're teaching them how to be leaders and teaching them how to become manager. So your increase of your business is increasing with your leadership. Okay? You become the leader. People follow you and they start to love you. You're investing in your business. Follow me, folks. You are the example. Where are you in level 1, 2, and 3? Now, the last one is level 4. You become the creator. What's the creator? Your duplication is being accomplished. The duplication process is happening in your organization. And that's where the growth comes in. When you see the growth, people are starting to duplicate what you are teaching. You have created more level 3 leaders. You have created more examples. You have created, as a level 4 leader, you have created level 3 leaders. More people who are developing the skill, more people who are becoming the leader, more people who are starting to love them, more people who are investing in their business. Okay? And guess what the difference now is? You start now loving your people, as opposed to them only loving you. That's where the community gets built in. That's when people say, I want to be here. If I have to twist your arm and convince you to live that better life, that's a job on its own. I don't get paid to do that. I get paid to do this. You love your people truly from the core. And lastly, now you start investing in your people. That's when your leadership is growing. You ask yourself, how deep are my roots? Because the deep gets, and the more money you make. Now, what I mean by how deep are your roots, are you teaching what you're learning today to your people? That's the call to action. You ask yourself every day, how deep are my roots? I'm a manager right now. How deep are my roots? They're not that deep because I haven't helped these people go manager. Guess what? The more managers you make, the deeper your roots get. It's called tap rooting. Where is the root of a, why does a tree look so strong and beautiful up top? Because the roots are so far deep into the ground, it builds to look something beautiful. So the wall was created with a tree, and a tree alone. And when the tree was created, the creator imagined what it could be. So when you build your business, imagine what it can be. I started this business with one. But I ask myself every day, how deep are my roots? Am I teaching people what I've learned? Am I helping people go manager so their roots can get deeper? 1 through 4, where are you in terms of this leadership? Ask yourself, there's no right and wrong answer. Hey, I'm a student right now. I'm not the example. I'm not the creator. I am a student. I'm not the example. It's okay. There's no, don't think that your level of leadership will never increase. I'm showing you how to do it. Every day, do something to increase your level of leadership. Before you put your feet on the ground, whose roots am I going to make deeper in my organization? If you're building on the surface, you will develop weeds. If you're building in the roots, your tree is going to look beautiful up top. What level of leadership are you? 1 through 4. Okay? And if you're a 1, let's get you to a 2. If you're a 2, let's get you to a 3. And then finally to a 4. It's all about being a copycat, folks. But here's the deal. Copy the right cat. Copy the right cat. If I impacted you something to say, you know what? I want to be that 1 through 4 leader. Can you raise your hand? Let's do it. I'm ready. I'm ready to work. I leave out of the country tomorrow. I'm going to South Korea to build my team over there. But we should be doing, as a team Zoom every week to show the presentation. Alongside of your individual launches, alongside the 333 meetings. There's never enough meetings, folks. There's never enough meetings. You can build this slow and painful, or you can build it fast and joyful. I like fast and joyful. Slow and painful is, you know. And I'll say this. If you're having a tough time in your business right now because you just started, stop it. Everybody's been through it. You have to go through that process. Folks, listen to me right now. This is very important. If you're not going through obstacles, you're not building your leadership. Because you're going to teach people what not to do. I'm going to use Wilson for an example right now. I told Wilson back in the day, I said, Wilson, you're going to teach people as a leader what not to do. Now he's teaching people what not to do because he did something wrong. So he wants to put your learning curve from a 6 months to 3 months. Curve your learning curve. Learn from my mistakes, Wilson's saying, because I don't want you to do it, because I want you to win. Instead of 6 months, I want you to win in 3 months. That's the way you build, by building in your roots. Okay? If you're going through an obstacle right now, I want you to say yourself this. We all have one more moment, one more time, one more of everything, one more day. We don't know how many one more days we have. We don't. This is why I tell people, let's build in the next 30, 60, 90 days. Well, I'm going to hit senior presidential director in 1 year. Forget about 1 year. We're not even promised tomorrow. Can I get you to manager in the next 30 days? Director 60, senior director in 30. That'll change the whole course of your life. But guess what we do after the 90th day? Can somebody answer? We do another 90. In 6 months, your life can change totally. Forget about the 1 year, 30, 60, 90 days. That's how I built this business. That's how I built it. Now, we don't have, I'm going to tell you a story. I think I told the story in the last team Zoom, but for the people who are not here, there's one man who impressed me to get into entrepreneurship. His name was John Burns. And John Burns, he was in realty, he was in the stock market. This guy lived a life to die for. But he went through a time in his life, I call them storms. Everybody go through storms here. Okay, but remember, those storms gives you wisdom and gives you experience. And every storm runs out of rain eventually. But a lot of people hold on to the storm and they make it a sentence. So instead of putting a period, they put a comma and an explanation point, and it keeps it going. So he got into alcohol, and he impressed me the most to get into network marketing. So what happened was, I asked him one day, I called him one day, and I call him the angel above, because he got me to change my life from the fixed mindset to the growth mindset. I call, hey, John, are you ever going to be sober for the rest of your life? He goes, Javi, you know what? I don't know, but I'll be sober for 1 more day. So I started doing my network marketing. I was a newbie, didn't know what the hell I was doing. He called me one day out of the blue, and he says, hey, how's that network marketing thing going for you? Of course, I tried to recruit him. Okay. And I said, it's tough. I'm learning. My leadership lid, remember? My leadership lid. He goes, do you feel like quitting? I said, yeah, man, I do. He goes, do yourself a favor. And it stuck with me for my whole 17 years. Don't quit for 1 more day. Don't quit for 1 more day. And every day of my life, even through my dark times in my life, I said, Javi, don't quit for 1 more day. Don't quit for 1 more day. 1 more text, 1 more email, 1 more relationship, 1 more patch, 1 more hug can change the trajectory of your life and your business. 1 more. If you get out of the 95% and living in memory and history, thinking you're not deserving for success, going back to the 5% where most children are, that's why they're always so happy. And in the creative stage, in the imaginatory stage, and the vision stage, because living in memory and history, you think that your success and abundance is so far away when it's really right in front of you. Raise your leadership lid. My job is to help, let you see something that you don't see that was done to me. I will never do something that I'm not doing myself. Because guess what? We're imperfect people in this imperfect world, helping imperfect people. Say yes. Imagine Sammy, imagine Marielle, you too, Ariane Phillips. Imagine all you people. Someone calls you and say, you know what? Thank you. Thank you for introducing me to LifeWave. How that will fill your cuppeth over. With that being said, that's the end of the training. I'm going to pass it back to Wilson. And I come back Sunday. We do our next team presentation that you invite people on Monday, 12 o'clock. And during this week, you do your individual launches. If you're not a manager yet, you get back to your sponsor, you get back to Wilson. I want to launch my business. I don't care if it's 2 people. You never know who your next director is going to be. 1 more. Remember that. You can never have enough meetings, folks. You can never have enough meetings. Anyway, Wilson, I pass it back to you.
Javi, thank you so much for all these incredible nuggets. And just on this note, guys, I do this full time, just like Javi. You want us to do a meeting, you phone me and I do it. Give me a bit of notice. I'll schedule things around my schedule. And I'm here to assist every single person on this call. You are all in my team, and I'm here to help you succeed. I know many of you are busy, and use me. This is what I do full time. Javi is also here to assist us once a week. I have more support. So don't think that you're too busy. You can spend 15 minutes a day on this and just plug them into me. We get them into calls and we start getting this ball rolling. Javi, thank you for your time. Thank you for all the people that joined me on this call. Guys, I really, really appreciate that you've taken the time. This is my friend in America taking the time with us. And it's super special to me. And we are going to make this count. So please travel safe. Take many pictures. I've always wanted to go to South Korea. And very
My
excited.
first time, so I'm kind of excited myself.
Yeah, just take us some photos. And
I land at 3:30, straight to a meeting.
yeah, that's how we roll. That's how we roll. So guys, have a great week. If you need any assistance, you all have my number. Let's go. Let's do meetings. You want me to do it? I'm still in the garden route, but I'll make my schedule available. It's a priority for me in this team to get you guys rolling. And I'm already rolling. Now I want to get you rolling. And let's go. Thank you, Javi. Much love, my friend. I'll speak to you soon. Travel safe, guys.